Hey guys, and welcome to the best way to scale your e-commerce brand in 2025 Q4 as well as 2026 and beyond for beginners. So this is just a Miro board that I've just made that I use, if I'm honest, for myself, and you can use it as just reference. I always like to use it. Now, look, you can see here. Oh, I didn't include the date range, but this was in the last week. Just spent $1,000 on this brand for that, $11. This is in AUD with a 8.11 ROAS. So, doing really, really, really well. It is somewhat a limited brand, sadly, in terms of the product's unique. I've said that. Now, for those who are new to the channel, my name's Ricky Hayes, and I hope you enjoy this content. So I'm going to be releasing a few videos a week of just everything I'm learning. I'm just learning every day as I'm building these new brands with all the new changes, especially doing really heavily AI dropshipping. So I use Callow data for initial product research. It's really, really good. Um, to find creators, what it allows me to do is it finds creators that are doing well. So what I do is I find a product doing well. If it's doing well, it has usually a lot of creators making a lot of revenue, not profits. You'll see that it's revenue that are pushing it hard. So usually they have a lot of partnerships on the background that are going ahead. I then use tools like Accio.io, which is, or is it Accio.com, whatever, which helps me find suppliers. So it's basically like an LLM for Alibaba suppliers. It's made by Alibaba. A number of you have probably seen the ads. That's how I found out about it. I'm like, actually a pretty cool tool. It helps you with branding, helps you with go-to-market strategy. I've got an affiliate link, but not affiliated, whatever, with them. But great tool. So I use that to then do deep research, find suppliers. When I find suppliers, I I then contact them, look at reviews, I look at their verification pass orders and talk to them on Alibaba, and then I move into WhatsApp. I use a lot of WhatsApp. In the past, it used to be WeChat. WhatsApp's just sort of the go-to now, so make sure you're using WhatsApp. I know a lot of people aren't. I find most people use WhatsApp rather than Telegram, so I personally think WhatsApp's good. It's also got WhatsApp communities too, and that's also only growing. Always pay through Alibaba for seller protection, so you can get seller protection. You can get an invoice, and you can also do pay now, buy now, pay later type installments, depending on your business structure as well. If you're a beginner, you'll just have to pay it out front and pocket. But I try and that's personally. I'll get to that later. To try and find Alibaba suppliers, and I've just found this out. And I was just talking to one of mine. Um, that have a Shopify store. They basically drop ship the high quality products for you very cheaply. Now, if you're marketing like US, there might be tariffs then on it. It might be like 2 to 4 weeks still, which is not ideal. So I move to a 3PL as quick as I can after I get 50 orders a day. Um, and I only recently just found this out myself that with these things as well, you can get samples from them. It costs like a couple $100 straight to sorry about that. Just had to pause and get samples. I found this out. Really high quality samples from team members that actually got the samples because it's for a female and from my wife, and that said it's really high quality. So I always do that first. Mine takes a bit longer, but as a result, then I avoid bad reviews, especially because I'm pushing TikTok Shop as well as Amazon as well, and that's the first time I've done TikTok Shop, and that so I'll be learning as I learn more about that as well. Um, if you want help with supplies in activewear, I'm building an activewear brand and shapewear. Please let me know. I've got really good supplies. The shapewear one is where dropshipping, and I'm activewear. I bought bulk of about, I think it was about 11 grand, but I plan to, as a start, I'm going to be looking at dropshipping ones that I can use there too. It's a really low risk model. That's what I love about the dropshipping model. Really low risk. You use Accio to do the deep market research. You can literally use it as an AI agent. Sign up for it. You get, I think, 5 free AI agent researchers a month. So perfect for a dropshipper tester. You can do it twice. And I focus on a niche rather than an individual product. So that's why mine takes a bit longer because I really want to focus on that. That's where the big money lies. Not a million different SKUs, but a good amount of SKUs is what I do. And you can find your ICP. ICP stands for ideal customer profile. So you know their age, gender, location. Most of the time we're aiming for 25, 44-year-old women in the United States and other countries, of course, as well. But yeah, so I then copy that into a doc, or you can just download it and share it. You can even share it with your team if you have a team or whatever. In there, it's really, really handy to handle as they would day to day, right? So that you can use that. That helps you do that. It's basically, honestly, ChatGPT, but it's designed for Alibaba, and so I just think it's a great more niche thing just for our type of community. I then use foreplay.io to find competitors. There's a number out there. I use that. I'm building my tool that'll also have competitors in Smarter UGC, so you can look at competitors as well. But obviously, for now, I just use foreplay.io. And it has a Chrome extension. You can copy them. On mobile, you have to manually, like, I email myself and stuff as well. But you can use foreplay, and then basically you can look at your ads. You can get them transcribed and model the ads. So it's just fantastic, right? Uh, Smarter UGC, which I was just mentioning here, it's join the wait list, right? It's still in early development. It's a big project, so I'm still sort of developing. Oh, that's why I look orange. The white background. I didn't realize that. So that's why I'm using that. Now let's talk about, now you've done the deep research. I recommend documenting that. You can use tools like ClickUp or something as well to document it. Notion. A lot of people use Notion. I've just used ClickUp. I've not used Notion all that much, but much of a muchness. Use your store, use Shopify. That's obviously an affiliate link. Use Beautify. Funnily enough, I didn't put my own link there, but I should. www.beautify.com. We've just released version 8.8, which is really exciting, and I'm just quite excited about it. It has more niche templates. Excuse me when I'm doing that, just make it a little easier for you. I then used my store builder as well to help me with images and copy. We've got a number of partners in there that you can work with as well in terms of for reviews, for logistics, free domain. So we work very hard to get a number of these partners that are really high quality partners to have in there as well, so that it helps you save money rather than having to buy like a $10 domain. You get it for free for a whole year, right? I get commission for it, but that's only after a year if the business succeeds anyway. So I'm incentivized that way. Anyway, but it means less risk for you. I then use products. I'm starting with at least 10 SKUs. I set all the products up. Obviously, what I do is I like to go into ChatGPT. I make a custom GPT about the brand, as I built the brand thing using Accio.io. And then it allows me to help me with the SKUs by uploading the image and a URL from the supplier. I can use that to make really high quality copy, titles, and everything. When it comes to reviews, you can obviously use AliExpress in that, but I personally, I go with the authentic way that you don't really need reviews. Get authentic reviews. It'll always happen over time anyway. I know that a lot of people import reviews and make up reviews, but it's not good for business in my eyes long term, so I don't do it. I set up all sales channels: Facebook, Google, and TikTok. So they're all just free sales channels in Shopify. Literally go into your sales channels and install them. It'll guide you through how to set it up. I have videos, and there's plenty of videos online on how to do that anyway. Very straightforward. Basically, connect your account, and it does the work for you. It's fantastic. I use any offers to get credit. So like, I think I have it here somewhere here with TikTok, like get $200 credit. Why not? Save $200. I use all of those offers, including with Google. You get like $900. They all just have these offers, the introductory offers to get you through the door. And I do it per brand, right? And what I do personally is I use what's called Google MCC, and you make a business manager in Facebook and in TikTok, and you just invite your team, and basically you set it up as an agency so your team can imagine. The thing that's great about being a dropshipper, right, is that you learn basically what a digital marketing agency does without needing a digital marketing agency. So you don't have that like $5,000 a month overhead when you can just invest that into getting a team that does it all for you for 50 times the results, right? So just that's what my approach is. That I don't, that's what being fantastic about a dropshipper is. Marketing, the value of it. And you don't need then an agency, so it saves a shitload of money. I get graphics to build the homepage, product page, collective page, header, footer, and cart page, and I also include upsells, cross-sells. Because I use Beautify, it's all embedded there. I use, like the announcement bar, the sticky add to cart, trust badges, reviews, before and after, image sliders. I can't remember the name of them all. I've got way too many there, but when I go through it, I would remember. If you want me to make a video on that, I'll make one in the future. I set up my payment gateways. I use Shopify Payments. It's the reason is for verification. For new brands, I might try, because I've got a US company as an EIN. Obviously for Americans, employment identification number for my company, Beautify. But unless you have significant operations there, you sometimes won't allow it. If you're a US citizen, you don't have this problem really. And use Shopify Collective, right? It's really awesome. You can actually drop ship. It's essentially a dropshipping center for established brands that are on Shopify, right? So it's very, very awesome. We're talking big brands. We're not talking small players here. And I've even seen like some big brands that they do it because they build their other brands and they use Shopify Collective to easily have products from their other brand into their brand so they can cross sell. It's just a great thing. So make sure you look into that. It's 100% free. It's made by Shopify. Um, use PayPal, set it up, 5 seconds work. I use Gmail for business. You can get 14 days free access. I go and actually, what you do is you go cancel it. Say that you want to cancel it, that the price is too high. There's an option, and it'll actually give you a 30% discount for 6 months after that as well. I haven't tested it if that 6 months you keep doing it after that, but literally that's something I've learned recently that saves me now because I have like all my team and everything in there. Um, excuse me, in there that I essentially use that. So just that's sort of what I do. For banking, I use Airwallex. This is a really, really good platform. I originally, like, I've used Wise, I've used Payoneer, and I just like Airwallex, right? Like this sums up pretty much. You've got business account, spend, payments, billing. It's pretty much got everything you sort of need in there, in my eyes. Like, so, as I said, business accounts, really fast transactions, really simple. You can grow your cash balance, 3.6. I use this and I have made thousands of dollars already. Virtual cards, I use that all the time. I literally, use that for a lot of my subscriptions. I do use a credit card, so I get points too, but for certain ones where I'm wondering what's going on, I do that. Global transfers, especially at dropshipping, you will do transfers to different countries, influencers, and so on. So having all of that is really awesome. And then obviously I have integration because I use Xero for my accounting. So really, really good platform. I think you'll find it really, really easy. I am an affiliate and a partner with them because I think it's a great tool. So you can sign up there, and I think you get some offer. I can't remember what it is. Looks I use for my reviews as well. That's an affiliate link. I quite like them, and they're great people. I respect them immensely. For email marketing, I use my tool, which is Predictor. So again, this is just coming into beta, so you can use it 100% free. We're just after feedback and everything. I've been building that for the last 18 months, so I've been building a lot of tools. Now that's why I'm back into YouTube, really excited about it, just trying to give as much value. Make sure you set up abandoned cart recovery for email, SMS. Predictor doesn't have that, so I use what's the solution that I use? I can't remember it off the top of my head now. Dotpo SMS bump. So for logistics, I use USA Drop as it is a 3PL. There's also Team Drop and stuff too. They all look much the same. Like Team Drop's fantastic. It has a warehouse in China, but it's because it is new. USA Drop's more established. And I just sort of think that, especially because I want to US for Australia, Europe. I think they've got 13 warehouses. So perfect. Now, I was looking into other ones like ShipBob and that, but they have like a $1,500 onboarding. And let's be honest, for the most part, they're much the same. It's just, I imagine there's benefits to each, right? I'm not saying there's not, but they're fundamentally, there's much the same. I prefer to control it with my supplier to do the branding, send it to them as much as possible, streamline it, and my team just monitors things daily to make sure customers are as happy as possible. I actually going to be starting to implement things where that if I don't meet KPIs, if they don't get it in that time, they get a refund because I really want to make sure customers get orders really, really quick as they start to build the brand, right? Like to me, the ultimate experience is if you buy a high quality product and get it that same day, that is absolutely phenomenal, right? Same day delivery, you think of like Amazon Prime, that's a huge selling thing, especially for last minute purchases for people. Finance, as I said, I use Xero, which is really, really awesome. I didn't open a tab for that, but I use Xero. There's plenty out there, right? Obviously, it depends on what country you're in, these finance accounting apps. But I use Xero, and you can get 90% off for 6 months in Airwallex. If you sign up for Airwallex, there's actually a Xero under the reward center. You can get like 90% off for, I think it's 6 or 12 months. So it's awesome because they're all trying to push to get you through the door because they know once they get you through the door, you're probably not going to change. So this now we're up to the marketing. So now you've done the store, you've done the back end, you've done a lot of that, the apps and everything. And a lot of these apps now have such good onboarding and everything anyway. It does most of the work for you. So I don't think I need to explain everything there. Um, So I use TikTok Shop, focus on TikTok Shop, UGC creation. Now, Instagram is fantastic too, but TikTok Shop is just blowing up, right? I've been a bit late on that, but I'm really pushing hard for it now, and I'm going to be learning a lot. And as I learn that, I'm going to be expressing everything that I sort of learned about it. So as I, build these new brands to 100K and beyond to millions a month, I'm really excited about it. Use Reddit forums. I don't know why this isn't a hyperlink, but you can use this Reddit forum. 22,000 people see that a month, and you can just post like if it's free or paid. You'll get a few comments. and you can work with UGC creators. There's also Collabstar. I found that out for my team. Um, you don't have to pay anything up front. It's got a subscription, but you can just pay straight to. It's like a marketplace, right? So it's really good for UGC creators to get jobs, get freelancing, contracting jobs, and you can get UGC. Now, it's important when you work with UGC as much as possible. You want to work with them over the long term. It just works better that way. So if just look at what you're in the budget. We're looking at $50 for some of these things, super super cheap, right? And you can then there's filters, and you can see analytics for their channel, what demographics, what country. It's awesome. As I said, I use Foreplay to look at it's such a weird name, but it's such a good tool. Competitors ads, save them, transcribe them, use them AI tools. I use Bitwarden as well, and I save it in there so I can share it with my team, so I don't have to add additional licenses. Bitwarden is free, but it costs like $5 a license if you use it as a business thing. So I have like 10 of my team members in there, and it costs me like $50 a month. But as a result, I save like 1,000 or something because I don't have to then have multiple user accounts, and it's all very secure. And you put 2FA. Again, I use Smarter UGC, as I've sort of said before. Don't need to really go into that all that much. You want to use a custom GPT. You can use the for Facebook ads wizard for the copy and focus on flexible ads. So you want to always make sure you're using five primary text, 5 headlines, 5 descriptions. The call to actions always should be shop now. Generally, I don't really test anything else if I'm to be honest with you. Um, and you want to use flexible ads, you do it in Advantage Plus campaign, flexible ads, you leave the ad set targeting open. Literally, you just do one ad set and you'll make a number of ads over time and you let Facebook do the work, right? And I'm so still adjusting that you used to have to do it the other way where you make lots of different ads, but this way is so much faster and so much easier. Use the AI enhancements, except the stupid music and the background changer. It absolutely sucks, especially for images. It sucks, absolutely balls. So don't do it. Leave it at 25 days for at least a week and see what is working by looking at your drill down, make new ads, simple as that. That's all you do there. Once I have these new brands, I'll be making videos just showing this as well. Make sure you have conversion tracking in place. You can use the default one with the Facebook sales channel, but as you scale, you can use like tools like Retract. And I'm honestly, next year, I'm building one of these because I love that for conversion tracking. It is such an important thing as a marketer. If you're an agency, to justify it to clients as well as, for yourself to know your profitability and be able to scale more aggressively than others. It's like a secret weapon that a lot of D2C brands just don't invest in. It works for Google too, Snapchat, TikTok. So it uses for a lot of platforms. It's awesome. For Google, you use PMax setup. PMax stands for Performance Max. One asset group is what I start with, $25 a day. Don't use the AI generated images or copy. What I actually do is you use the Google Ads copy wizard in ChatGPT. It's a free GPT. There's a number out there. That's just the one I use. It'll give you a number of prompts and it will make some really nice headlines, long descriptions and that for you, and even site links, which saves you a butt ton of time. Instead of having to worry about specific keywords, you just put in the keywords that you use there. You can use the keyword planner to find the best keywords and then let Google do its thing, right? Facebook and Google mainly do their thing. And as I learn more TikTok shop and stuff and that, I'm sure it's very similar too, especially now thanks to AI. And then obviously with TikTok, I have that as well. I should have added my Gmail affiliate link too for anyone that was interested. I think you get a discount too. Anyway, for the team setup as well, what I do is I have a product researcher who builds the stores, handles that. I just don't I'm at a point where I just don't really enjoy sort of doing all that much. I like guiding it, but not sort of specifically doing it. Copywriter who handles the copywriting for creatives and making ads, doing a lot of deep research there. Copywriters. People say I did think that they were sort of redundant, but they're extremely good with research. And so I get them onto my Smarter UGC. And as I build my Smarter UGC, one of the things I'm really excited to have is it'll have ad account integration, so you can push it straight to campaigns. So I'm really pushing hard for that. I'm seeing that that's already the next step, because if it can be more automated where you make more creatives, then you as a marketer, you're just always going to win. So that's why I want that, because, well, I know that that's just going to be the future anyway. I know that's what I would want. So would everyone else. I have a part-time media buyer as well who works with me, who handles the Google, Facebook, and TikTok D2C. To help scale that, I just focus more on the technical side. So I do a lot of the back end work, so he can focus on that. Now, as I said, the ads isn't that hard, right? But I just want someone else to do it because I want to build a lot of brands. So I'm building this out intentionally like that, so that way I can focus on leading, because I own multiple e-com and SaaS brands, and I want to build more and more of my YouTube channel brands. I just sort of, that's why I do that. I really just enjoy building businesses, if I'm honest with you. I have an influencer manager part-time. That person literally started yesterday. reaches out. If you need someone, just let me know. He's fantastic. He's from the Philippines. And his job is just to reach out and TikTok and that. And as I teach him in that more as well, I've found a number of cool tools out there. There's like Yuka AI that allows you to reach out to TikTok shop people quite easily at bulk automatically using AI. And then there's, as I said, like use Callow data and stuff, which is fantastic for TikTok shop. And then for finance logistics, I handle that, which is really easy, especially in Shopify. You can go into Shopify and there's the transfer thing, add in the information. And I use cash flow apps like Clearco right there. Now, there's other ones for e-commerce as well. There's Wayfair or there's a number. But I strongly recommend that you use, I had to add that in for cash flow. Cash flow has been an integral part of allowed me when my businesses have gone through downturns to not only get through the downturn, but to actually come out stronger than competitors. So a lot of people don't take these things seriously, but I'm very big on cash flow, and so I actually that's what's allowed me through many difficult times to get there and actually maintain cash in the bank, but actually do more at the same time. And it's just a business expense. So make sure that you do that. Like look into one of these. You might not be eligible initially, but you definitely want to look into these. It's like basically getting a loan, but you pay it off over 4 to 6 months. I choose 4 months because that's just my preference. But if you need more cash flow, you have up to 6 months. Some of these, depending on how it works as well, you can get cash advances. But again, you need to build that rapport with that platform over a long period of time. Naturally, that's why it's also good to build a brand, right? Instead of building a dropshipping thing where you're just sort of traditional dropshipping where you're like getting 1 or 2 months, you're not actually getting the business to a point where you can actually use a lot of these things that actually help you scale even more. So that's why the first number of months as you get the business underway, you're actually building the framework for long-term sustainable income. So that's why I'll be making multiple of these because it's good reminders for me as well, but obviously, for that as well. I just wanted to add as well for Google Ads. Like I know a lot about Google Ads, but my mate Nick Armenis, he's an Aussie as well. He's not hugely known and he doesn't do a lot of YouTube and that as much as, but he's fantastic. For Facebook ads, there's a number of people out there. I've forgotten his name. I think another guy called Nick. Um, but as I said, I'll be doing stuff on Facebook ads as well. But Google ads is a lot more niche. And I think that having someone like Nick, who's just very genuine, and he's just a fellow Aussie, I wanted to give him a shout out. I want to add, you don't need a school community. Like, don't get me wrong. They're relatively cheap in the scheme of things. We're talking $50 or something a month. But honestly, if you just follow a number of these YouTube channels, go on X and YouTube, and you'll find that there's so many people just like me that are just giving away everything they sort of learned, right? So honestly, I would just suggest doing that. Going through school, there is a benefit that you sort of see exactly what someone's doing and building it out, so you can sort of see it yourself. But I guess maybe over time, my opinion might change on that again. But I personally just sort of think just go through it yourself, stuff around and figure it out yourself. Because when you follow a course, don't get me wrong, it's very handy. But when you follow a course, as soon as something goes wrong, which it always does, you won't know what to do. So I recommend that you sort of do that too. Now, I didn't add that, obviously, Debutify as well as Looks. It's Looks.app. I thought it was .io. Great company, been around a long time, very favored by dropshippers and obviously Shopify too. I just forgot to add in those tabs. And if you do want some mentoring, right, and you just have some questions, just I have a Discord. It's in the description. Just join the Discord and ask me any question. I'm not monetizing that for some time. If I ever do, I really don't have the time. I'm just very focused on building these brands. I really enjoy doing these videos because it's a really strong reminder of how I can improve too. So truthfully, doing this is just as much for me as it is for you, and I get a lot of inspiration. So I just wanted to add that in. I'll be doing more videos. I hope you enjoyed it today. Thanks for your time. Take care and goodbye.